If you're seeing these signs, my friend, it means one powerful truth. You are no longer drifting in the shadows of scarcity. You are awakening to the vast, unyielding flow of abundance that has always been there, waiting for you to claim it. This isn't about chasing money or material gains in some frantic pursuit. No. True abundance consciousness begins in the depths of your mind, in the forge of your character, where the seeds of belief take root and grow into unbreakable realities. It's the subtle shift from surviving to thriving, from begging the universe for scraps to becoming the magnet that draws in endless opportunity. You are not starting this journey today. You are already on it. The evidence is etched in your thoughts, your habits, your very energy. And as we dive deeper, you'll recognize these markers not as distant goals, but as the quiet affirmations that you have crossed the threshold. Abundance isn't something you hunt, it's something you embody. And you, right now, are embodying it. The first sign emerges like a quiet storm within you, a growing discomfort with the old stories of limitation. You used to accept the whispers of not enough time, not enough resources, not enough worth. Those tales kept you small, huddled in the corners of doubt, where scarcity ruled like a tyrant. But now, my friend, you feel it, a restlessness, an inner rebellion. You catch yourself rejecting those narratives mid-thought. Why am I thinking this way, you ask? And in that question lies your power. It's as if the veil has thinned, and you see scarcity for what it is, an illusion, a mental chain forged in fear. Instead, you begin to sense the infinite, opportunities blooming where once there were walls. This discomfort isn't pain, it's the alchemy of transformation, turning leaden doubts into golden certainty. You are shedding the skin of the man who settles, becoming the one who expands. Another powerful indicator is your rising intolerance for wasted potential, yours and others. In the past, you might have scrolled endlessly through distractions, letting days slip like sand through fingers, justifying it with excuses wrapped in comfort. But now, you guard your energy like a fortress. You say no to invitations that drain you, no to conversations that circle in negativity, no to habits that yield no fruit. This isn't selfishness, it's sovereignty. You understand that time is the true currency of abundance, and you're no longer spending it frivolously. Picture it. You rise early, structuring your mornings with intention, a ritual of reading, movement, reflection. No more aimless starts. Each action plants a seed in the garden of your future. You feel the pull, the gravity of purpose drawing you forward. That's not restriction, that's mastery. You are no longer a spectator in your life. You are the architect. You've also started to reshape your language, turning words from weapons of doubt into tools of creation. Where once you spoke in maybes and somedays, I might try, if only I could. Now your declarations carry weight. I am building, you say. I attract what I deserve. This shift isn't superficial, it's profound, rewiring the subconscious circuits that govern your reality. Language is the bridge between thought and manifestation, and you're crossing it boldly. Remember the man who complains of lack. He invites more of it. But you, my friend, affirm abundance in every utterance. You catch the old patterns and pivot. Instead of, I can't afford it, you think, how can I create value to make it mine? It's poetic, this verbal alchemy, words forging paths where none existed. You no longer speak scarcity, you invoke plenty, and the universe, ever listening, responds in kind. That's another sign. Your focus sharpening like a blade on the whetstone of intention. The average man scatters his energy, chasing shiny objects, diluted by distractions. But you've begun to channel it, laser-like, toward what truly matters. You track your inputs, the books you read, the people you surround yourself with, the thoughts you entertain, as if auditing a kingdom's treasury. No more passive consumption, you curate your world with discernment. Imagine this, you sit in solitude, mapping your day not by tasks, but by impact. What will compound? What will echo into eternity? This intention isn't rigid, it's fluid, like a river carving canyons through rock. You feel the discomfort of pruning the unnecessary, but in that space, abundance rushes in. Opportunities appear not by chance, but by design. You are no longer reacting to life. Life is responding to you. You have entered a phase where emotional regulation becomes your quiet superpower. Setbacks once derailed you, a rejection, a loss, a failure sending you into spirals of frustration or despair. Scarcity thrived in those storms, feeding on your unrest. But now, my friend, you observe them like clouds passing over a mountain. You breathe, you reflect, you alchemize the pain into fuel. What is this teaching me, you ask? Turning adversity into advantage. This isn't suppression, it's elevation. Picture a warrior in the arena, bloodied but unbroken, his calm the true weapon. You regulate not to numb, but to harness. Emotions as energy, directed toward growth. Abundance consciousness demands this stability. Without it, the flow scatters. But you've built the dam, channeling the torrent into power. That's not weakness fading, that's strength emerging. Another profound marker is your growing appreciation for solitude as the workshop of the soul. The old you feared isolation, filling voids with noise, crowds, superficial connections. Scarcity whispered that alone meant unworthy. But now, you seek it out, carving sacred time to commune with your inner self. In these moments, ideas crystallize, visions sharpen, abundance whispers its secrets. You journal not as a chore, but as a ritual, pouring out limitations, inviting an expansion. Solitude isn't emptiness, it's the fertile soil where seeds of greatness germinate. You emerge from it, recharged, magnetic, drawing in aligned souls and opportunities. My friend, this is the man who understands. True abundance is birthed in silence, away from the clamor. You no longer flee from yourself, you forge with yourself. You've begun to discern relationships with the precision of a master craftsman. In the past, you tolerated energy vampires, those who drain without giving, who echo scarcity in every complaint. But now, you evaluate. Does this connection elevate? Does it mirror the abundance you cultivate? You say no to the takers, yes to the builders. This isn't cold, it's wise. Abundance flows through networks of value, and you're weaving yours intentionally. Imagine pruning a vine. The cuts allow deeper growth, richer fruit. You attract mentors, collaborators, equals who amplify your energy. Solitary no more, but selective. Your circle a fortress of mutual expansion. That's another indicator. You're no longer collecting acquaintances, you're curating alliances. Your approach to value creation has transformed, shifting from consumption to contribution. The scarce mind hoards, grasps, takes what it can. But you've awakened to the law of reciprocity. Give profoundly, and abundance returns tenfold. You create, not for applause, but for impact. Whether it's sharing knowledge, building systems, or solving problems, your output carries your essence. Picture the alchemist at his crucible, transmuting base elements into gold. You track not what you get, but what you give. Content that educates, services that transform. This isn't hustle, it's harmony with the universe's rhythm. Opportunities multiply because value is magnetic. You understand, wealth isn't pursued, it's attracted by the gravity of your contributions. You are no longer a beggar at the feast, you are the host. Gratitude has woven itself into the fabric of your being. No longer a fleeting emotion, but a daily anchor. Once, you fixated on lacks, the gaps magnifying discontent. Scarcity blinded you to the riches at hand. But now, my friend, you pause to acknowledge the breath in your lungs, the lessons in your scars, the potential in your hands. This practice isn't rote, it's revolutionary, shifting your vibration to one of reception. You journal gratitudes not as a list, but as affirmations. I am thankful for the challenges that forge me, for the abundance already flowing. Gratitude opens channels, allowing more to enter. It's the subtle art of seeing plenty in the present, which summons more for the future. That's mastery, turning appreciation into attraction. Failures no longer crush you, they instruct you, like wise elders guiding a protege. In scarcity's grip, each stumble felt fatal, a confirmation of unworthiness. But you flip the script. What gold lies in this rubble, you ask? You dissect, learn, iterate, alchemizing defeat into wisdom. This resilience isn't innate, it's cultivated, a muscle strengthened in the fire. Picture the phoenix, rising not despite the ashes, but because of them. Abundance consciousness thrives on this. Every setback a setup for comeback. You move forward, unscarred, empowered. No longer do you fear falling, you embrace it as elevation. You are the man who turns wounds into weapons. Your self-worth has expanded, ballooning beyond old confines, like a star igniting in the void. Scarcity once whispered you were limited, defined by externalities, bank accounts, approvals, comparisons. But now, you root your value internally, in character, in potential, in the infinite spark within. I am worthy, you affirm. Not as hope, but as truth. This expansion draws abundance like gravity pulls planets. You negotiate from strength, create from fullness, live from overflow. My friend, this is the core shift. From seeking validation to embodying it. You no longer chase worth, you exude it. And in that state, the universe conspires to match it. Discernment in consumption has sharpened too. You no longer ingest mindlessly, but selectively. The old you devoured information without filter, letting toxicity seep in. But abundance demands purity. You curate inputs like a king his court. Books that expand, media that inspires, environments that elevate. You track. Does this fuel my growth? If not, it's excised. This isn't deprivation, it's refinement, honing your mind into a vessel for prosperity. Energy flows where attention goes, and yours is directed masterfully. That's the sign. You're no longer a passive receiver, you're a deliberate creator. You've started to sense the interconnectedness, the web of cause and effect, where your decisions ripple outward. Scarcity saw isolation, random chaos. But now you understand. Every intention plants a cause, harvesting effects in abundance. You act with foresight, building systems that compound, habits stacking like bricks in a monument. Mornings structured, finances automated, relationships nurtured. This isn't control, it's alignment with universal laws. Opportunities arise not by luck, but by your energetic broadcast. My friend, you feel it, the flow, the synchronicities. You are no longer at mercy, you are in harmony. Emotional independence marks your path, freeing you from the chains of external validation. Once, moods swung with opinions, markets, winds, but you've built the inner citadel, calm amid storms, joy from within. This sovereignty attracts abundance, unclouded by dependency. You regulate, reflect, release, emotions as allies, not tyrants. Picture the oak tree, rooted deep, bending but unbroken. That's you, stable, magnetic, drawing in what aligns. Legacy thinking has taken hold, pulling your vision beyond the immediate to the eternal. Scarcity focused on survival. You now ponder impact. What will echo after I'm gone, you ask? Systems built not for self, but for generations. Value created that outlives you. This expansive view summons resources, allies, ideas. You are no longer playing small, you're sculpting eternity. The inevitability dawns. You sense abundance not as possibility, but as certainty. Doubts fade, faith solidifies. It is no longer if, you know, it is when. This prophetic knowing accelerates everything. Actions bolder, energy purer. The universe meets decision, and yours is made. And finally, you embody the flow, living as if abundance is already yours, because it is. Generosity without tally, creation without fear. You are the conduit, the magnet, the master. My friend, if these signs resonate, stand tall. You've crossed into abundance consciousness, not by force, but by becoming. The discomfort was your awakening, the systems your foundation, the discernment your shield. Wealth, opportunity, fulfillment. They've noticed you, because you've become the kind of man they seek. Keep forging, keep expanding. You are the sign. It is done.